Welcome back, everyone, to Michael's Billiards in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm David King. Along with me is J.R. Calvert. We're going to be bringing the final match in the Great Southern Billiard Tour 9-Ball Championships. The match today is going to be between Mike Grooms and Joe Pierce. J.R., it's good to be back with you in the booth.
Glad to have you. Glad to be here. All that good stuff.
Those of y'all out there that don't know me by now, I'm David King from Cincinnati, Ohio. As of tomorrow, I'm going to be from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Well, it looks like our players are stepping up the lag. Now, this is a true double elimination, and this means that basically Joe Pierce has to win twice. Right. So we're watching the first set. Whether there's a second set or not, we don't know yet.
And here we are with the opening lag. I'd like to wish both these players good luck.
Well, it looks like Joe's won the lag.
He almost lagged the 8-ball right in the corner pocket.
Yeah, you noticed that, huh? That wouldn't have been exactly what he wanted to do there. Joe's been pretty animated throughout the tournament.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Has a little bit of energy. I can honestly say that this is a clash of two different styles. Joe is the up-and-coming player, a lot of energy.
A lot of firepower as well.
A lot of firepower. Now, Mike is, the seasoned veteran, who still has a lot of firepower, and a little bit more wily, more crafty. I'd say when it comes down to it, how he's going to stop Joe is through his safety play. He's going to put him in jail and try and keep Joe from knocking ball after ball. Because when you see a young player like Joe, what you want to do is keep him from making 25 balls in a row, and the way you do that is play safe on him a lot. And that knocks him out of the rhythm.
Not to mention he is getting 2 games here. Joe's made a nice break. He's made a ball, and he's actually come up with a shot.
Yeah, he has a chance to slice this one ball in. It's in the bottom of your screen there. The thing that I think that he's going to have to do is he's going to have to miss the 3, which I don't think there's too much of a problem there. But he can't let this ball take off on him. And he's probably going to cue around center ball. Well, he's just electing to play safe. And look at this. He's going to probably use the strategy that we were mentioning for Mike right against him right out of the gate.
Right off the rip. Mike's game kind of reminds me somewhat of a Buddy Hall style, always playing angles. Doesn't usually get on the wrong side of the ball too often. Mike's made a nice shot there.
Great kick. Great hit. Results are good.
Joe's looking to put the cue ball behind the 8-ball here, banking the 1 ball, 1 rail up table. A little high left English here.
Seemed a little harder than what he should have been trying there. I don't know exactly what he was trying.
He's actually double kissed the ball. And Mike is going to eat this up. I don't see a whole lot of trouble here at all. Maybe the 7 to the 8 might be his toughest shot. And even at that, it's not too extremely difficult.
I don't think so. I think that this is going to be a routine out for him. This is the type of out that he wants to get. Well, he got a little bit out of line here, I got to admit. He may have to hit this with a little bit of low left and kill the ball. And he did. Came out really nice.
So we'll bounce down 2 rails.
Now he's going to want to get near straight in on this because he doesn't want to have to play short side position on the 8. Nice soft roll. Now he's looking at being on the 50. Now he's good now. Go a little bit further.
Now, does he draw this ball to the side rail, or do you like inside English killing the ball in the bottom rail? I don't like that shot. I like drawing to the side rail and down.
Well, I'll be honest. I have a little bit of a problem trying to roll this ball and keep that cue ball down table. I think I'm using a little bit of low right, believe it or not.
He went to swing it all the way around table.
Well, I think he's left a window here for Joe, but the thing that I see about this is that the window doesn't give him any great shots. It's like, yeah, you get to hit it so you can sell out. So he may be looking to go around 3 rails on this shot.
Does he have a possibility of maybe jacking up and drawing the cue ball down to the bottom rail underneath the 8 ball, sending the 7 ball towards the cross side?
He may. He may. This is such a tight fit that there's only one person in the house that knows what kind of shot he has. I don't even think Mike knows what he has, to tell you the truth.
I was at the surprise that Mike Grooms' choice of shots there. Wow, he must not be able to see this ball at all.
He may not. I know that the 3 railer's on my mind.
It's been a good hit, and
he's gonna get
the ball.
And he gave it that get in there.
Park the cue ball right behind the 9 here.
And if you're Mike, you know that you're getting what you deserve right now. You know, you got out of line on that 7. He should have hit that 6 with a little inside and straightened it up and kept on the one side that we were talking about. Played a second bad shot, and you know, 1 shot later. So now he's getting what he deserves here. He's got to know that deep down, and he's got to overcome it. Well, I don't think he deserved that.
No, not quite.
He could have easily came out of that a lot better with the hit that he chose to make.
Do you stay down here, come up 1 rail, back out for the 9, or do you go ahead and try to draw here?
Oh no, you follow this ball. He's got a little bit of an angle, and he's just going to go to the bottom rail. You hit it with a fast roll is the best way to say that you hit this ball. Wow, what was that? That's why he's a 7, folks. That's why he's a B player, because he still does make poor decisions. That's what that was. And that's why he should be an A.
And he is going to win game number 1. Joe Pierce is going to take a lead in the match, 1-0.
He draws first blood. Now, I'm going to spark up the old radar gun here and see what we got going on. Actually, it's the Break Speed app. Works. Pretty handy little tool. Paul Nettles, Craig York, good bunch of guys. What's your prediction here?
I'm going to say about 23-5.
23-5-1.
Wow, 25.11.
He splattered him.
And does not have a shot on the 2-ball. That's rather misfortunate for a break that nice.
Well, he got it underneath there. That's exactly what he
the
wanted.
one-pocket background from Mike Grooms, who does play exceptionally good one-pocket. One-rail kick with a little bit of a spin here. And he has missed the ball.
Well, this is part one of the How to Dissect a B Player show. And what you do is basically safe him a whole bunch of times, break down his firepower, and mentally destroy him after that. So,
That's exactly usually, that's usually what happens. I shouldn't say exactly, but
been known to be used once or twice.
Now, is Mike falling a little short here?
I think he wants to kick himself. He's like, what?
Oh, wow. I think he is kicking himself right now.
So believe it or not, I actually think one of the most important shots that I can see right now is where he gets on the 5. If he gets funky on the 5, he has no choices on the 7, and he'll have to take what he can get on the 8.
He's just going to roll forward here about 7 or 8 inches, and he'll be good to go.
Well, let me ask you something. If you had ball in hand on the 7, where would you put it?
I'm going to put it to shoot it in the side and follow it.
Which side?
I'm going to shoot it in the right side pocket.
I'm going to shoot it in the left-hand side pocket, follow forward, bounce off the rail, and come right at the 8 so that I constantly have the angle that I want that's going to let me do what I need. I see, in other words, on this one, I would want to kind of draw back into the corner, off the bottom rail, come at it. And
About
get
2 rails.
2 rails to shoot that 7 in the left side pocket. That way, when I follow forward, I'm going towards a rail that's already in position where I need to be on that 8.
And the 9 ball is blocking the 8 from one of the pockets.
Right. A lot of times what you're trying to do with position is you're trying to take speed as one of the variables out of the equation so that you can hit the stroke that's comfortable for you. And, some guys will have certain strokes that they can't hit when they go a certain speed. They can't hit it straight. And that's the whole idea. Now, he's going to probably try and slide. He'll shoot it in this side pocket that you're looking at, possibly, and slide it on that same angle.
Well, some players like to use a lower ball versus a higher ball. Like I said earlier, it's another thing. It's when you're in the heat of the battle.
Sure. Okay. Too far.
He is going to have to come up with a really good shot here to follow this 8-ball correctly.
There's one or two options. Hit it with a lot of low left and draw it into the corner that's down in the lower right-hand portion of your screen and whip it out of there and get it up into the left-hand corner that's in the upper left-hand portion of your screen. Or you can cross over the bank. I don't know whether the follow is there. He's elected to cross over the bank and play a great shot.
Great shot.
And the reason I like that shot is because if he misses, he knows that the 7 could be on the other side of the side pocket, and the cue's downtown here. Go ahead, make that 18-foot shot on me here. It's all you.
Joe Pierce is going to win game number 2.
Rolling second blood. First blood, second blood, all that. Joe's racking the balls like he's mad. You hear how hard the ball?
Well, the Delta 13 rack, one of the co-sponsors of the event, and that makes a little bit of noise as well.
Yeah, I remember hearing a story about a baseball player. They were scouting, and they said, "Yeah, he made it down to first base in 4.5 seconds." And the manager goes, "Well, that's nothing." He goes, "Yeah, but that was on a home run."
Nice.
Same thing we got here. He's just so full of energy.
Nice control break at 21.36 miles per hour. Made a ball and has come up with a nice shot.
I'd like to see that he's going to try and do something with the corner here, and he has elected to do that. A little bit more control on it. I think so.
He has a lot of options here as well. The 3-7 combination after he pockets the 2-ball. The 3 in the right-hand corner, 3 or more in the side pockets. He makes this ball here. Rolls up a little bit, nothing but good things can happen.
That's nice control there.
Yes, it is.
I think the only thing he needs to worry about here is not drawing and getting hit by the 9, and I don't think that that's an option. Even though I think his own strength is beyond his own, recognition at this point.
His physical and mental strength right now is just phenomenal.
He'd hook him up to a turbine and sell the electricity back to the electric company, Well, he said in the break, I'm just happy to be here, and he wasn't just one of those Bull Durham, I'm happy to be here.
Right. Very nice gentleman as well. Jumped up a little bit there, and he is gonna, I believe he might have hooked Mike behind the 5-ball a little bit.
I think he's got a full ball to hit. The only problem that I see here is getting that cue ball back up table with any control. The 5 and the 8 seem to be taking up a lot of paths. Unless he wants to shoot a 4-9 combo, which I doubt. That's a great stroke there. Great stroke.
May have come a little bit too far, and he is going to be snooker behind the 9-ball.
How are they rolling for Joe today? Joe's having a good day so far.
Oh, for Mike?
No, for Joe.
Oh, for Joe. Oh.
Anytime he's
they're rolling
leaving.
pretty bad for Mike, but Joe is actually getting quite a few of the nice rolls.
Well, we've all played where our opponent plays absolutely perfect, and everything seems to be going his way. And Joe's having one of those days where, even though he makes mistakes, he's leaving traps for his opponents left and right.
Mike just walked over and gave us a real nice smile, like, wow.
How do you like it? I just drew my ball 15 feet and landed in the only 6 inches that I didn't want to be.
Well, here again, this is a fairly textbook out.
Well,
he's made the 7 ball.
He's probably going to hang the 4.
So far, it's been an exciting first set of the final match.
You know, Joe reminds me of the type of player that spends a lot of time on his own private table playing shots. You know what I mean? Just drills, just banging it out. And he knows how to play, but there's some things that he still needs to learn on how to play that's going to get him to that A level. You know, right now. I just see him needing a little bit more seasoning to ever win as a 9. You know what I mean? Like, it might be time to move him up after this tournament, but I don't think he can jump in as a 9 and just start dominating.
No possible way.
And that's how some people are failing to look at this, is that he might be a heck of a B player, but he's never going to win as an A player because he's lacking certain skills that come from a lot of playing time with another individual.
You are 100% correct there, JR. And I must say, if this was back 7-8 years ago, Mike Grooms would be a double-A player in this tournament.
By all means.
And we discussed earlier, due to some health issues and a couple of surgeries, and that he's not able to play long tournaments and that, which I know we all have our health issues, but my hat is off to Mike Grooms for just having this much heart to come out and compete like this. And Mike Grooms is going to win game number 3. The match is going to be 2-1 in favor of Joe Pierce.
I'm just trying to remember what happened on Mike's last trip to the table when he broke. How did he break the balls?
Right around 25 miles per hour.
Splatted him pretty good, and I think he ended up with no shot, right?
Had a 2-ball froze to the rail below the side pocket. Had nothing. Played a nice safe, though. 24.81 miles per hour. He has 3 balls tied up on the left side rail there. He has a shot on a 2-ball. A rather tough shot as well. Elected to play a safe, and it is going to be a good one.
Nice save. I think we're going to see Air Smokey come out here.
I believe he has a cue known as the bungee jump.
hit.
Mike's got some work to do on this rack.
I think
2
with
to 3's no problem. The 3 to the 4, that's another story.
Now, one out that I can see here, and it takes a little bit of touch, and it's a crazy one, don't get me wrong. Pocket the 2, go off the side rail for the 3. In other words, kill the 2 here. Go off the side rail for the 3. Wow. And
He
try
went
and land
down
in
to make
between
the
the 4 and 5.
there.
Yeah, he might have. You think? But I would try and get in between the 4 or 5. And if anything, shoot the 4 up in the corner, then make a 5-6 combination. I really don't feel comfortable about making 3-ball combinations that look like that.
No, not at all. Not even in a one-pocket game. Very nice shot.
He's going to spin into that 5, though.
Just going to hit the 6, and wow.
He laid the best save of the match down on himself so far. So,
and the 8-ball takes away most of the side rail to kick at this 4-ball.
Wow, what is he doing here? Putting the 8 down by the 9? Makes it a little bit tougher right there.
Yes, it does. He knows that there are 3 balls tied up. And basically by doing that, he's telling Joe that if you're going to get out here, you're going to earn it.
Well, I don't think that this is the world's toughest out, but I certainly wouldn't want to, have this every time I got to the table. I'd want something a little bit easier every now and then. But
what do you like here, JR?
I like the 5-6 combo.
I think he's going to draw back and bump the 5 out of the way and try to do something cute. No, he's going to play the combo. I like that. The way he was gearing up for that shot, though, looked like he might have been able to try to draw back in and do something a little cute. And he might have put himself in a worse predicament than what he's already in.
Well, this is one where now you have to understand how close he's to the 5 is to the 6 and where it's going to go. And he has to keep an angle up table. If not, when he goes down table, like this, he's got the wrong angle, doesn't he?
He is stuck to the rail.
Right.
Now, if you're Corey Deuel or Larry Neville, and that you're going to jack up, spear this ball in, draw it back. Fortunately, neither one of these guys, Neville or Deuel, or Reyes for that matter, and we're just not going to see that shot.
I can tell you what we are going to see, him tapping the 5 in, and he's going to bank it to 8 and try and carry him the 9 in. So we're going to have a nice little cheese ride here in a second.
He has hit a very, very nice shot.
Wow.
There.
After all that, he got up there and measured to carry him. He might have been measuring the actual, off the rail combination, which, believe it or not, is easier to make than straight on.
What a nice shot.
What an out. Did he?
Gave us the Tiger Woods fist pump.
Yeah, I was interviewing one of his buddies, and they said he gets excited at the balls and everything.
Yeah, I actually played. It's from the first match of the tournament. Very nice guy, super nice guy.
His one buddy breaks the balls almost as hard as you do. He was blistering them on the table next to the control booth here earlier.
Oh yeah, was he jarring the screens?
Just gonna say, I'm gonna wonder about the structural damage to the, this area here.
I'll tell you what, there has been some hard breaks here this week.
All right.
Speaking of hard breaks, let's see what Mr. Pierce has to offer us here.
I think he's gonna hover right around the 21 there.
21.35.
21.36. Price is Right rules.
Oh, 20.86 miles per hour. Failed to pocket a ball. I already know what Mike's looking at right here. One ball off the 3 in the corner.
Yeah.
Parking behind the 6 in case he misses.
I think that the only problem with that plan is that the deuce is over here, and he might end up having to be jacked up over it.
So he'd like to go ahead and play the safe, which is much smarter play.
Great shot there.
Now if the jump cue comes out, he's got to make a very, very thin hit on the 1 ball just to make a good hit. While he's going through this shot, just going to let everybody know the action has walked in the building. Robert Frost is lurking around with his pool cue. Shannon Murphy, I know, is on his way up here. I would have a nice game tonight.
Uh-oh. Look at this.
How are they rolling for Joe Pierce tonight?
I think they're rolling okay. There's going to be a day when he's going to understand. He's going to look back at these videos and he's going to understand, wow, why can't they roll that way every day?
Because it just does not happen. Let's see what Grooms likes to do here. He's made a good hit. Joe's not even going to think about this. He's going to fire this 1 ball down in the corner, come over for the deuce, and now he's already looking where he wants to be on the deuce. Nice shot there. Let's see how he looks to go about position here. He's shooting the 3 ball in the upper corner pocket, maybe?
Well, if you're Mike, you'd love to be able to hit this with a little bit of inside English and swing above this 3. I don't know whether he's going to be able to do it. The angle's a little bit bad for us. Looks like he's
made a great shot.
Elected to just make it simple and go down below it.
Well, see, that's what a lot of players don't understand is players like Mike Grooms and some of the seasoned players a lot of times will take what the table allows them, not try to do anything cute. I really would not have expected Mike Grooms to miss that ball there. Nice shot there.
I would have expected him just to kill that and stop the forward and
side.
roll forward. Yeah, that's a tactical error. could have stopped this cue ball and had a much easier shot and been in position. Now he's got a harder shot and has more to do.
I'm not sure what he's doing over top of the 4-ball here. It's like he's heating it up or something. He is drawn safe underneath the 9-ball here.
Now, I've always liked trying to find a way to kick at this ball so that I could put both balls on the other end of the table where there's 4 balls opposed to the ball where the side where there's only 1. Just so that you have more traffic that can get in there and possibly return to safe. You can follow, I've put guys into that trap where there's nothing on the other end and everything up on this end, and I let them have the simple kick that's just going to sell out, as opposed to maybe a hard kick where they have a lot of chance to save me and a lot of chance to miss too.
Well, you want to talk about safing. Joe went for a cross corner bank, and as we saw in his last match, put his opponent right in the bowels of the corner pocket.
Well, here we are. I have to dig up out of this mess here. This is not an easy task. I think I've seen this in a proposition book somewhere. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to go rail first on this and accept what I can get. He looks like he's going rail first too, just judging from where
he will. I mean, he's not the type to jack up and try to draw his ball back, you know, the full length of the table. Yeah, that's a nice shot by Mike Grooms there.
There you go. Now, sometimes what I like to do is I'll hit that shot without not running English, outside English. It'll kill and it'll have it'll climb up the table a little bit more, and you can get that position for that 5-ball in the upper left-hand corner.
You are correct, JR. And Michael Medley has just stepped back here with us for a second. I don't believe he's going to come on.
Yeah, I'm going to come on.
He's going to come on with us.
The Fly.
The Fly, he says. Nice shot by Mike Grooms there.
I was on there talking, you know what I would explain to you. He's one of the only few guys in billiards, and I've been involved for 49 years. Actually, about 52 years. Watch him stroke the ball, and as he takes his final stroke, he raises up every shot. Most people that raise up kind of slip stroke it, jack it a little bit, get out of watch his shot here. Watch him raise up as he strokes it. You guys probably never noticed it. I've watched him play. He's a pretty good player too. What happens when he's in that stroke, most people, you look at him and you think, gee, they're coming out of the shot. Watch him raise up. His head will start coming up at his final stroke. Every shot, he don't miss it.
Kind of like the famous Mike Medley chicken wing shot.
When you get old, you start chicken winging. Before, I was the unknown player. It's terrible when you get old, you have to brag on yourself.
Mike Grooms is going to win game number 5. Match is going to be 3-2 in favor of Joe Pierce.
Well, we're going to go ahead, thank Mike for stopping by the booth, and see what we got as far as the break speed.
Just to let everybody out there know, well, 24.67 miles per hour, but just to let everybody out there know, there is going to be some action after this match. Robert Frost is going to play Shannon Murphy some bank pool, 5 balls to 4. Not sure what the exact wager is, but it's going to be interesting.
Well,
Mike,
you know what I've noticed
this
here is it seems like every time I see poor Mike at the table, he's behind a ball or in some type of trouble.
And to answer B. White's question, I'm gonna have to say I like Mike Grooms.
Everybody that's wondering who B. White is, it's our current reigning tour champion, Brian White, joining us in on the chat.
It's good to have you out there, Brian.
Wish you were here, brother.
I'll be seeing you next week in Spartanburg on the bar box.
This is an interesting lead. Mike's trying to weave a little trap here, and I'll be honest, I think he's on the wrong side of the ball. He has to move to this side to get the trap laid. There we go. Now I see it. And this is where the guys, if he's going to beat Joe and have Joe beat himself in any way, this is how he has to do it. Let Joe see the ball and make the mistake.
Draw underneath 9 here. I don't think that's going to get him paid right there.
It's not going to get Joe paid. That's going to get Mike a trip to the table. He'll hit the 3, cue ball go into the 4, hit the 4 into the rail, into the 6, and have a nice little tidy shot. It's a theory.
Now does the cue ball come back down towards the middle diamond after he shoots this ball?
Well, actually, he's probably going to hit it with high right?
Oh, he elected to play safe.
It's an interesting,
And I like that shot, though.
Interesting shot, yeah.
Got it past the side pocket. Joe went for a safety there. I think he was trying to park the cue ball behind the 5. He looked for Mike to draw over into the 6 ball here. I don't know if he has enough. He might have too much of an angle to do so.
Yeah. I honestly wonder whether he should play another safe. Whether he should just look for another safe, because Either that or just to play position on a really, really good safe that he can play on the 4. And getting to a point where he can bank the 4 back up table, take the cue to the side rail and back underneath the 6 might be something to consider. Or shoot the 4 into the 6, leave the 4 on the bottom rail, and go from there.
With the 9 and made it. What a nice shot by Mike Grooms, and that's going to knot our match up at 3 games each.
Not too shabby, huh?
Very nice shot. It's kind of interesting that we only had 2 AA players in this tournament. Tommy Stevenson and David Rice.
I think so, yeah, that was our 2.
And they drew each other in the very first match of the tournament. 20.55.
Somewhere in there. 20.79.
20.20. Yeah, Shannon Murphy has walked in the building.
They are congregating and we are blessed. Going for this bank. He has that stroke like he is. Okay. Oh, he's going to start dismembering Joe now. This is where he's outlasted all those. Look, this is it. He's outlasted all those rolls, and he's saying, okay, now it's time for me to school you. And it takes a seasoned player to sit there and say, hey, you know what, I know you've got a lot of luck. You got all this firepower, kid. You know what? That doesn't mean nothing. It means nothing at all. Doesn't mean a thing.
How big of a pocket do you think he has for this combination on the 1-7?
It's not as big as what you would think. That 4 makes it look like there's guide rails there, but I don't think that's like 1% of the hits.
I don't like shooting at it to begin with. You know how much firepower Joe Pierce has shown us earlier in the tournament.
This isn't over yet. Now, even if Joe would win this set, keep in mind Joe has to come back and beat Mike another set to win this title. It's a long road uphill.
Yes, it is. And I will guarantee Mike Grooms is not going out without a fight. He didn't come this far in that tournament just to lay down.
Well, where do you see this safe going down at?
Oh, there's a couple different options you have here. 2 rails back across the table, leaving the cue ball where it lies. Then the 1 ball on the bottom of the 6. Putting him all the way up and behind the. Oh, he went for the 9 ball.
He got it moving at least. And the hits just keep on coming, folks.
Mike is wondering what he did to deserve this.
He helped an old lady halfway across the street today.
I'm just curious, was there a Mack truck coming on the other side of that street that she didn't get across?
Maybe she made it, but her pet dog didn't. I don't know what happened there, but I can say this. This is the type of stuff that if Joe can ever capitalize on this, I still think that Mike is going to win.
I have to agree.
I think everything that I'm seeing right now is Mike is slowing him down in a classic fashion. He's playing the safes at the right time. And let's keep in mind, Joe, it's been a while since he was pocketing those balls. And guys that play like him, I'm not saying that he's a basement player, of course he plays, that aren't in action every week, aren't going to a tournament, aren't mixing it up with somebody daily. What happens is they don't always have to get up and be able to make that ball coming out of their chair that they've been sitting in for 10 minutes.
Tell you what, he sure got out of his chair right there and made that ball. Made a nice shot, actually.
Sure did. Really did.
Could we be looking at cutting this 2-ball in the corner pocket and using the 5 to stop the cue ball for a position on the 3 in the side? I don't personally like it, but I saw him looking down at the angle of going to the 5 ball.
I actually think he's looking at some type of carom to make the 9? No. Yeah, there was something funky about it, but that's a great shot.
Yes, it is.
As long as you play your game in this situation, let's talk about how Joe can win this set. Joe is going to have to make smart shots like that. He can't be baited. He's going to have to get a little bit lucky because he's going to, he's still going to have to shoot at shots. If he doesn't shoot at his hole, he will get run over by Mike. And imagine the first time you beat a player that was better than you in this situation. How did you beat him?
Well, that player was Buddy Hall, and I fired at him and fired at him and fired at him until I didn't have nothing else to fire at, and then I started tying him up.
Yes. Joe Pierce just dropped by the booth confirming with us that if he wins this set, he has to play him again. We did give him the good news, and he doesn't care. He's ready to go. But again, I think it's what you were saying. You're going to have to fire. And trust me, that's a man on the other side of that cue. If you keep firing and making balls and he doesn't get to make them, that eventually catches up to him. So keep that in mind here, that while we're watching Mike do all this, his goal is to keep Joe from making shots. I mean balls whatsoever. He doesn't want to see Joe make a ball and then play safe.
And I'll be back with you just momentarily.
Folks, dare I say that I think the big thing that Mike needs to do here, though, I'll reiterate it, is he has to outmove Joe. As lucky as Joe gets, as many balls as Joe might want to make, he has to outfox Joe. He has the firepower at his side, but he doesn't want to get into a shooting match with Joe. That's not where his game is going to be won. They're too evenly matched as far as shooting goes. I think his move here is to actually try and out-strategize, out-move, and, you know, be wily. Oh, here we go. He's looking at the 2-ball kick with all the balls in the center of the table with the exception of the 2. He's going to try and kick this at a speed that the cue ball go back up table and the 2 will rattle around the bottom of your screen. And he just missed the ball. But had he kicked it, I think that still would have been a little bit fast. But he wanted to get through those balls if he did.
JR knows. Listen to JR.
Well, this is everything right here, because if he can get a good stop shot on the 4-ball, he's in position for the rest of the rack. He can cut the 5 in, go off the rail, come back for the 6, whether he gets an angle or not. On the 6, he'll be able to manage the 7, 8, 9 from there is the best way to put it. He just needs to get somewhere where he can get straight in on this 4-ball. I think he's going to end up just going 1 rail. Well, he let it go past it. But he is straight in. A little backwards, but he is there, folks.
How are you doing, Steve? Go out here, 275 west. You won't go on it. It might be, yeah, you won't go on it. And then you go 275, take south. Keep on the right hand lane, keep where, yeah, about 20 miles. 20 miles. About 20 miles to casino. Tell us to take the Kentucky action? Yeah. 275. Yeah. Go toward Kentucky. Yeah. So it says Kentucky, you take Kentucky. Keep moving.
Well, Mike's getting into some chatter with some people on the side here. And it's nothing. He's just talking over the set and some things like that with some people. But well, he's got where he needs to be on the 6. Let's see if he can pull this ball back a little bit, get on the 8 real nice. He's going to be on the 8 perfectly. He has his choice to stop or even draw the cue ball back towards the upper portion where his tip is now to get on the 8. Joe really wants this, you can tell it. He's getting into making sure that this is a precise out. He wants this lead, and I don't blame him.
Okay. I've been impressed with Joe's game. I like what you're saying about Mike, you know, outsmarting him, outthinking him, out-experiencing him.
Well, you know, the strategy of war is if 2 countries are evenly matched, you're not going to see a war. But if you run into a country that has no weapons and one that has a lot of weapons, you'll probably see a war. And that's why they say a best defense in war is a good offense. And here you wouldn't want to take shot for a guy that plays as good as that. Now, here we go. El Chupacabra ended up biting Joe. He does like to hit the balls with a little bit of pace, and that pocket speed is going to come back to haunt him once or twice probably.
Mike's just going to roll this in, and he will go ahead in the match 4 games to 3.
For those of you just joining us during this broadcast, this is Inside Pool Videos production of the Great Southern Billiard Tour here at Michael's Billiards in Cincinnati. I'm J.R. Calvert from Inside Pool Magazine. Joining me here in the booth is David King. You're watching Mike Grooms versus Joe Pierce. The score is now 4-3 in favor of Mike Grooms. This is the finals, and possibly the first set of the finals, and the race is 9-7, with Mike Grooms going to 9. And Mike Grooms to break. Mike is in the white t-shirt. Even
25 flat.
25 flat, huh?
That's what I'm predicting.
I'd say 24.78.
Ooh, 24.35.
You think he's going for the 9 or shoot it past?
The question is now, what is Joe going to shoot at?
Well, I'll be honest. If I'm Joe, I'm looking at making the 1-2-3 and seeing if I can make the 4-9.
That would be the A player, double A rating player, / triple A rating player decision.
Well, I don't know how he did it, but he actually hung the 1. I can tell you that Mike's probably eyeing up that 4-9, even though it's a little bit further away from the hole.
We might have some people from South Carolina joining us on the chat. Well, the 4-9's out of the picture now.
Sure is. Unfortunately, we're looking at him cutting the 3 in here. So it's not as hard of a shot as it might appear.
Stay down, follow through.
It's not one that I'm going to want to make all day long.
No, not at all.
But I like to hit this with a hair of inside English, and it looks like he's going to go with low outside English, which is interesting.
He has made it. He has a shot on the 4. I don't believe he really wanted to be that close to the rail. Trouble with maybe running into the 6 ball here, which.
Well, the difference in the 2 shots that we were just talking about there is hitting that with a middle left-hand English. He would have ended up coming up just past the 5 off of 2 rails and would have had an angle while shooting the 4 to the rail that the cue ball's on now. The way he did it, he swung it inside and opened up this can of worms. And so Pandora's box is open. Does he try and relocate the 6, skim into the 9, play position for a bank on the 5? I mean, it's all good news.
I believe he's going to be, well, he's going to have a tough shot.
Now, keep in mind that down there is that 6 ball where he can ride the cue ball along the bottom rail after he hits the 6 and play safe and take a crack at the 9 at the same time. So he might just be cinching this 5 ball and not trying to get, too crazy with the position. He's taking some time, and I like to see that.
He's going to make sure whatever shot he shoots, he feels like is the correct shot. And he is elected to go ahead and play it safe.
I like when he does this. It really is showing that he's playing to being the craftier, patient player.
Very disciplined.
He's baiting Joe to take a swing at this. He wants him to take a swing, and Joe wants to take the swing. He can tell. And I think we're going to see Joe make a few of those, don't get me wrong. He's got the firepower to do it, or he wouldn't be this far in the tournament. I love this. This matchup is just classic greatness. You know, younger guy trying to get his next level, and you know, I'm not saying that Joe's like 13 or 24. I mean,
right.
He's obviously in his late 30s or mid 30s with 18 years, and he's probably 36. He probably, you know, joined the service when he was 18. So let's just say that he's 36.
What a shot this is going to turn out to be!
Amazing shot. If you're Joe, you're supposed to be sitting there saying, I can do that. But he's probably saying, I can't do that. I didn't see that.
Nobody likes to lie to themselves. Well, they might like to, but they know deep down inside they don't really mean it.
You do it to accomplish great things, like, hey, I think I can, you know, break the balls 40 miles an hour, and then you break 32. Okay, great. You know, but basically, in this situation, you can't think about, Joe can't think about how clever, how experienced, how any of this is to him. He just has to keep doing what he's doing. But what Mike is doing is he's making it almost impossible. It's reminding him every game who he's playing, and I love that. That's just so mentally right there in Joe's mind. It's great.
I also need to mention how tough this table is they are playing on as well. So some of the balls that are being missed, being hung in the hole, would fall on some other equipment. As far as the mechanics of the game, though, I think we know who the favorite is.
Yeah. I think he'll just go ahead, walk around, relax for a second, spin this in.
That's a nice shot by Mike Grooms. And
spun it on in there.
Take the lead even further in this match, 5-3.
Making it now a race to 4. Now, let me paint a possibility of what's running through Joe's mind. He wasn't expecting this. He doesn't know where he's at. He probably doesn't even know how he wants to break yet. This is all new to him.
He's looking just to make sure the balls are froze.
He wants to hit him, but he's staying composed and just laying down those 20-mile-an-hour bombs on the rack. Nothing wrong with that.
And he just said, that's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Nothing but positive thoughts from Joe right now.
Right.
20.88 miles per hour.
He's just going to lay those 20-mile-an-hour bombs into that rack and see what he gets.
He has that excellent cue ball control with that break as well.
Well, he didn't get anything he wants to start with, but I think that he's just going to go ahead and try and put Mike right in behind a 5-7 here. He missed hit that. That was a missed hit.
Okay, so did he go for that bank, or?
That was just a missed hit. That's all that was. He was trying to hit it a little bit thinner and walk the cue ball over to the 7-5, and he just didn't get there. Sad news is, that's not really a sellout. because Mike has to swing Whitey on through the 3-9-4 gauntlet. It's no easy task from 9 feet away on, El Chupacabra here.
El Chupacabra.
Wow.
What a shot.
Ooh.
And Mike Grooms will take his lead even further, 6-3.
Joe was in a trap there the whole time and didn't even know it. See how crafty Mike is? All right. Maybe he didn't have something to do with that one. I'm going to let that one write it up to luck, but...
Either way it goes, fantastic shot by Mike Grooms.
Awesome. He might become my new hero if he outruns this gauntlet of 7s.
Mike elected to hit a little softer of a break there.
He did get a shot on the 1. Whatever he did, I think he wants to do it every time because I think he'd like to start with this rack every time. Sitting pretty good on the 3.
Now we're at a little bit. How do you like going about position on this ball, JR?
Well, this one here, he doesn't really have a bottom rail that he's going to reach on this that's successful. I think he's going to end up going to the side rail, and he'll hit this with a little bit of draw, left-hand English, and spin it 3 rails. If he tries to draw this ball, he'll get nowhere. Oh, well.
He might get
lay
somewhere
up the
here.
Combination and put the safety down and say, remember who you're playing. Again, I think
it's not an easy shot to hit, or easy ball to hit as well. 4 and 5 are blocking the path of the 1 rail kick. Obviously, he is parked right behind the 6 ball.
Well, I've studied this intensely, and I don't know what he's supposed to do.
I think you shoot the 6 ball down over the 3 and tie some balls up.
Well, honestly, I think his only kick that I like is off the rail off the bottom of your screen. There's only a half a ball to hit that's okay, and everything's a sellout. So whatever he does here, I'm open to hear what he got to say.
Is he going to kick 2 rails possibly behind it?
You know, I'm anxious to see whether that was a foul or not.
I'm actually believing it was a foul.
I think Mike's looking at it like it's a shot, so he's treating it like it's a legal shot.
Well, you know, they didn't call Shannon Dalton over to call the hit, and I don't think Mike wants to argue the fact, but I'm going to go out on a limb there and say that I believe that was a foul.
I'm just going to say at this point, since Mike shot, or let him shoot without it, but I would say, yeah, it was a foul. Really looked close to a foul more than it did to a legal hit. Uh-oh. Well, he didn't leave the hardest kick in the world on this one.
No.
Now, there's a whole bunch of kisses on this particular kick when you're coming at it. There's also that dreaded you make it and follow it right in afterwards. which I always love, is when you go, yes, I hit it. And then a second later, you're basically trying to blues and handing the dude the cue. Here you go, buddy. You know.
Some pace.
And there's the kiss we were talking about. And
This should be interesting.
you know, when you're Joe and you're playing in this position, you really want to win a few safety battles. And it's going to be important to Joe to win this set, or win this game, to win this set. If anybody is interested in watching these matches later, or other matches from this event and any other event that we do, they can catch them at our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Inside Pool Mag. We have about 600 videos of matches, lessons, anything.
They are amazing.
And if you want to catch some of the recent stuff that we do, also, we release it in our online magazine. Now, we have two versions of the online magazine, the free and the premium. Great shot, and he's pumping up himself again.
It's going to narrow the margin to it's going to be a race to 3 now.
He's the president of his own fan club. Even Mike high-fived him on that one.
He said we can't run out, but we can combo the 9.
Spoken like a true 7. Where's the 9? We used to play a ring game with this older farmer. His name was Elmer, and Elmer wore the overalls and that was his thing. He'd get up and he'd say, "It's your shot, Elmer." Elmer would go, "Where's the 9?" Work his way to the table.
About 20 miles an hour.
Laying down that 20-mile-an-hour bomb.
Very consistent, 20.66 to be exact.
If you like this stream and you want to keep up with us during our live streams, you can always choose to follow us or subscribe to us on our Ustream channel. And you'll get notifications when we put things up, and you'll be able to see us on your homepage when you come in. Now, we get featured on the homepage quite often when we stream anyhow, but you'll also see us in other locations throughout when you just come and you do a normal search. So you'll be able to keep up with us a little bit better if you subscribe or follow us. He took a ride at that cheese. Look at that.
And he is locked Mike right up on the side of the 9-ball.
Mike just looked at his partner over there and shook his head and rolled his eyes. Yeah, that's right. You let a 7 shoot, he's going to do this sometimes. Well, I think he's just got to go for a heavy hit here. Here comes Smoking Joe. The ball hasn't even stopped, and he wants to start shooting. He is amped, folks. 18 years in the military. I'm sure he's full of energy. Nice
shot
touch.
there.
Nice touch. Well played. Well thought out. So Dave, tell me, how long you been playing?
I've been playing for about 10 and a half years, 11 years, give or take.
Who's some of the people that have taught you how to play, got you where you're at today?
Corey Dool is the one who pretty much first put a pool cue in my hand. About a year after that, I lived with Shannon Dalton for about a year. So I learned from two great players right off the bat. I excelled pretty fast and learned to match up pretty well, and then sort of got on the tournament trail for a little bit. Then all of a sudden I had a son, and that sort of took me out of the game for a while. And now that he's 7 years old and doing well and taking care of him, and I'm able to actually play a little bit more.
What's your son's name?
Dakota.
Excellent name. Excellent name.
He's actually up here earlier. My mother brought him up so he could
Was that the little 7-year-old that ran 100 balls over there?
I'll tell you what, him and Luke Salvis have a lot in common. They both love speed pool. I think where I actually learned to play the most from, I'd have to say, would be just playing in big tournaments, playing against players like David Howard, Buddy Hall, Danny Harriman.
Well, that was a mistake that Mike was looking for. One thing Mike doesn't want to do is have this thing go to a second set. Of course. And the one thing that he needs to do is to start really putting this gap down. Now, he is with a 2-game lead, he's got that handicap kind of covered. So now it's an open race to 3 for this first set. Well, I don't see anything that's going to stop Mike from picking up this next game. He's going to go to the rail a little bit and put an angle here on the 5. Get a little bit closer. Nothing to it but to do it right now.
Does he have an angle to go to the rail here, or is he going to...
Yeah. He'll be able to punch his ball over. He doesn't have to go too crazy with it either.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah. I really like Mike's game. He's got a strong bridge hand. Look at that hand out there. Pow.
And Mike Grooms is going to go up 6 games to 4.
Seven games to 4.
Or I'm sorry, 7 games to 4.
Looking at the current score, that's all right. It's been a long weekend, hasn't it?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Not all of us can have the energy of Smoking Joe. Matter of fact, I think he's the only one. He's the president of his own fan club.
And a member.
Remember?
He goes to the meetings himself.
Well, I want to see what Mike's willing to do to win this tournament. I predict
24.3.
24.48. Give or take, 100.
24.32. slowed down a little bit, 22.18.
Wow. It's like good news, bad news. The balls are all spread and ready to be run. You have nowhere to push, and your opponent's already chalking his cue. Perfect. Yeah, I can tell by the look on Mike's face, he's going, why me? Well, this is where you push to a kick shot and see if Joe is willing to take a kick shot. If there was a trap out there, you could act like it was a mistake and see if Joe just says, go ahead, take it. That would be a little bit too wily, though.
You know, one thing Mike does not use is a jump cue or a break cue. He breaks with his playing cue. Does not jump the ball at all. Very uncharacteristic like these days. Especially with not using a break cue.
I'll be honest, I think what I'm going to do here is put the 7, bank the 7 in behind a 9. Roll the cue ball forward 3 or 4 inches and let Joe go to the races with this with a free swing.
I like that. Because you know he's not going to give the shot back to Mike.
No. So you let him try and shoot his way out of it. Now Joe's doing something, but it's not that way. The reason I like that I think what Joe might be doing is making him shoot the 7-9 if he does happen to run out. It's all good.
It's been a nice shot. And he is going to, I believe, snooker himself just a little bit.
No.
He's got a shot.
He's got a window there, but keep in mind he's going to be going up table probably with the 3. He's either going to shoot it up table or get on top of it. Or you could just do the 3 railer and come around 4 rails. That
was dead.
AAA shot that everybody saw. How they rolling, Joe?
It was a dead free hanger.
I don't know why we didn't see that one.
I mean, we are in Cincinnati. They do bank a little bit around here. And Joe's actually from Louisville, where they definitely bank.
Well,
now if this 3 ball goes, Mike is going to come unglued.
Actually, the way it's rolling for Joe is it either goes in or it's safe. Mike. It's all good. And just like that.
It's a nice shot.
I would be looking to get this over to almost have a straight in shot on the 6, but be able to draw back the cue almost exactly where it's at right now after I make the 6. You see the shot that I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Just move it a little bit over. I didn't realize he had that good of an angle. I thought he had more of an angle there.
It did appear that he had more of an angle than that. Draw over to the side rail, back out a little bit. He elected to sort of draw down. I don't like that shot very well. Making it tough on himself here. Mike's a little indecisive here.
Well, I think he has to just pocket the ball, jack up, hit it with a little low outside, take it down to the cue ball down to the bottom rail, let it bounce off about 6 inches, and take his shot on the hanging 8 and 9. Oh no, Mike! He didn't want to jack up, and
that's the last thing I expected Mike to do there.
Yeah.
He gives us a little smile.
Well, we wanted a race to 2, is what it was.
And we will have a race to 2. Mike Grooms leads the match 7 games to 5. Mike Grooms is going to 9. Joe Pierce is going to 7. They're going to take a quick break.
Play 7 and 8 combo.
Oh boy. Well, if you are Mike, what are you thinking from here? It's your opponent's break.
I'm thinking if he breaks dry, he's not going to have a clear shot at anything until I feel like I want to run out.
Well, what I'm thinking at this point here is I'm thinking I've been in this position more than him. I think I've been in the finals more than he has.
Most definitely.
Right? That's what you're thinking if you're Mike. So you want to kind of put the pressure on him. This is where you challenge him. If something comes, push comes to shove, I'm going to push out to a long straight in, thin cut here and there that he has to do. But he has to do something more than that.
You notice a couple of the long shots that he had out of the last rack he didn't like too well.
No.
Didn't even threaten the pocket with him.
He's going to start to go downhill on those. There's a reason why they're low percentage shots, is that if you make 10 of them, there's a good chance you're going to miss one along the way in the next couple. But it's the pressure of the finals, the lights, everything else. He's supposed to say, hey, kid, shoot straight, but you don't shoot that straight. And let him find out that he's fallible with one of these. And you might get your next 2 games out of it. Bang, bang.
And that's what it will take to win this set by either player. And I still have to say Mike is the favorite, even with Joe breaking.
Joe's going to get 2 breaks here if it goes to hill-hill. And I still think Mike's the favorite. Well, Joe's back in the box. He's ready to rack him up. Looks like we got a little action ready to head our way.
And it is a race to 2 from here.
Anybody wants to speak up? Who do they like from here? Well, see what he comes up with here. Nice controlled break. 20.50. Came up dry, and here we go. Mike's got a shot on the one that doesn't really look too appetizing to me.
What do you think Mike's going to do here?
I think he's going to cut that ball to the lower right-hand corner of your screen and come off the rail and put it behind a 6-8. Well, there you go, or this.
Deeper.
He's going downtown with it.
What a great shot.
That was a great shot. Great shot.
Comes the jump cue.
See anything good happening out of this?
No. Not for Mike.
Well, I can say this. I think he's going to hit the ball because he's going to do a successful jump, but I don't think there's going to be anything where we're going to say, wow.
And once again, JR, you are correct.
Lucky.
3 balls in a tough spot.
Well, the good news is that he can get underneath it with just coming straight across and getting underneath the 5 ball, you know, a diamond and a half or so there, and have an angle up table while he pockets the 2 in the side with follow. You can do the combination or get underneath it and shoot the 3 up in the corner here in the lower right-hand portion of the screen. He's looking to go 1 rail up towards it. I don't know whether that's the best or not. I'll sit and watch.
He plays it in the side. He's going to have to pretty precise. Yeah, exactly. Sort of rolling the 1 ball in. Now he has a good chance to get underneath the 3.
And a lot of times your best bet here is to go all the way down to the bottom rail if you can, and then come back up at the 3. You can judge that rail speed, or the speed of the cue ball down to the rail, better than you can judge trying to hit a little point in space. No, I guess I agree with that. I didn't realize he had that angle. I thought he had more of a thin cut.
That's a tough shot to fall on like that as well.
He hit it superbly. The only thing he's got to do now is make sure he doesn't get in on the 8.
Ooh. Once again, anything not fairly dead center of these pockets, the ball is just not going to go.
Well, Joe, I think, is looking to stroke this ball out of there. I don't know whether he sees going off the rails here. I'm seeing him draw this ball out of there.
It's been a good shot. He still has his work cut out for him, though.
Yeah. I like hitting this ball with a flat follow stroke. How do you like it?
Well, if you're going to do that, I like bouncing out for it. Doing this
Hello,
here,
7 ball.
bad things can happen.
He hit that with a little spin. It picks up spin from the side rail, and you'll see it catch on the bottom rail. But had a little
amazing
bit
how
more, yeah.
Older cloth does
Yeah.
that a little bit more than what the newer does.
Yeah, well, he's going to try and go 3 at this and reverse off that last row. The only problem is all the hits usually leave either a good safety return or a good shot. He's going to have to hit this about 100 miles an hour to not leave a shot that Mike's going to like. Shoot this one about 100 times and see how you like it. You'll hit the ball.
I'd say shoot this one about 100 times and see how your opponent's going to like it.
You like it?
Very much so.
All right.
If I'm the opponent. And Mike flew out of his seat there.
He wants that hill. He wants the hill.
And I believe he's going to go right on out and get it here.
I see absolutely no problems.
None. The 8 to the 9. That's the only problem in this. And that's not even a problem. That's the only thing that's going to require any deep concentration.
I think it's one of the first 3 positions that you learn when you're learning this game.
It is.
Ball pocketing, you're still, 50-50 on whether you're going to make a ball, and this is some of the positions that you learn. Well, now do you get the cue ball back out to get the 8 ball off the rail, or do you just pull it up by the side pocket with a little bit of draw?
I like pulling it up by the side pocket. You have a couple different options if you do that. You can draw off the 8, or you can go up to the end rail and back down a little bit.
It's a little tricky.
I don't think it's going to be any problem, Mike. I really don't. Fired it in with authority.
That was about as tricky as he could have made that there.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Nice shot, and Mike Grooms will go to the hill. Leads the match 8 games to 5. And he will be breaking, which is an even bigger advantage.
Yeah, I think at this point here he became a huge favorite. Well,
let's see what Mike does. 23.88.
I'll say 24.02.
$22.75. We backed off a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, I think this might be the beginning of the end.
Game, set, match, pretty much.
Well, here's the problem. You're Joe. You're in your first final. You're up against a better player. You've been riding the rolls. You've been shooting the balls in the hole, and for the first time, you got to lay down a trap. What are you going to do? Well, I can tell you who's going to be shooting this one. Go ahead. Joe did. Joe had to go back to...
you think Mike was going to move on that one? He didn't even lean over.
I don't think...
We're having fun. They're not having fun.
They're grinding it out, and we're over here just having a great time.
This is a good old time. Well, if he hits this ball too thick, he can get in behind the 7, which is what he wants in a way. Bank his ball. If he can lay it in behind that 7, he's good.
Well, we've got some options here.
Hey, look at the bounce that is in Mike's step finally. He looked like Joe racing to the table there. He might high five with himself after this. Yeah.
Joe's fantasies coming to an end.
Oh.
Well,
If this ball froze, it might be okay, but I didn't like that shot there.
it's not froze. It's not okay. And yeah. I thought he was going to shoot that ball on the side. I'm a
did as
little
well.
surprised. I'm a little surprised about that one. I'll be honest. I don't think Joe can get out here. I don't think this is in his makeup to get out here. So I would probably thin hit this ball and let it go in behind a deuce and see what comes out of it.
That's a great shot.
That is a great shot. I don't say that I would have got those results, but that's how I would have played it. He's smart, played it. Don't go crazy. Just toss them in and see if you can get something good to happen to you for once. And it did. I'd love to see Joe go 3 rails, hit this about 500 miles an hour and kick it in. But I think he's going to go 1 rail and might even have some luck because, I mean, it is pretty wired. I think he can miss the 3 on the way back up. You know, he's getting his abacus out and his slide rule now, so keep in mind, I still think that he's going to have trouble with this particular rack. I don't know what's giving me that feeling.
Well, it could be the fact that he's hooked behind 2 balls and
No. No, I'm saying if he makes this kick on this ball and was to kick it in the hole, the 4 ball is telling me that he can't get out. There's something about what he has to do with the 4 that leads me to believe that he just can't get there from here.
and that's about as best as he could hope for there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that and about $1.09 is going to get him a medium-sized cup of coffee at the next convenience store down the street. Because I think Mike has got everything he needs. He's got 5 balls on this side of the table, and he's close to the ball, and he's a wizard. You can tell that he can move this cue ball, even left-handed. He'll be able to hit the top side of it. I don't know whether he's going to be able to pull off the magic that he just did.
I don't think he's going to be able to put him behind the 3 ball here.
I think he'd love to stash it up in that corner behind the 7. I think it's a little overzealous if he did. because it'd be an awfully thin hit. Okay, good shot.
Very nice shot.
And I would do anything in this game to see if I can hit this hard enough to have one of these balls come back down to this set of 5 balls here. That circle that they have laid up there is just incredible. Is Mike jumping? Oh, he's massing.
Twirl it a little bit. Just come back and kiss the ball, and I don't believe the 1 ball passes the 7.
I don't think it does. He's looking at a combination, if anything. I don't think he's trying to go off the rail there. If he is, he's a little crazy.
What a shot.
Great shot.
He still has his work cut out for him.
What do you see, Dave?
If you cut the 1 ball in, you got to send the cue ball flying.
So, would you play safe? Or would you try and cut it in and fly?
I don't like sending the cue ball flying in this spot here. I would have liked to play safe.
He's played a nice safety here.
Mike is going to come up with a shot, and it is no easy one by any means. He has 1 pocket up table for the 1 ball. I'm pretty sure he's not going to go for a bank here, so.
No, I don't think he's going to go for a bank. He already has a plan.
He's going to play it safe. He's going to try to put the cue ball down below the 8 and 9.
Uh-oh. Wow. Well, this is the shot that Mike wishes he could leave to Joe. Because Joe wants to play the hero and make this shot. And this is not a time for heroes. This is a time for playing percentage shots. Joe wanted this shot. In Joe's dreams, he wanted to make this hard shot and run out here. And in Mike's dreams, he wants him to shoot at it.
His dreams have come true. Now he's just got to execute.
He spears it in. He's been waiting for that shot all night, I'm telling you. Unfortunately, he gets it again with the deuce. Well, if he can just stop this cue ball, it's not the worst shot in the world because he can make the 3 and run a flat ball and get on the other side of the 4, almost where hit the rail again where his cue ball's at now. Okay,
Nice
moved
shot.
on him a little bit, but he's going to have to hit this with a rolling left-hand English. Let that ball hit the bottom rail as quickly as possible, straighten it up, and come up and get an angle on the 4 that's playable. I don't know what he's doing here. He might be looking at whipping it.
Playing
Running
the
2
4 ball
rails
side, possibly.
Two rails running, 2 rails reversing, and having it in the side pocket, possibly. Yeah. Well, let's see how this is treating him nowadays.
Wow.
How do you like it, folks?
And Mike just gave us a nice little smile, like he knew that was going to happen once he stepped up to the table.
What did you think was going to happen, Mike?
He's going to thin the 3 ball and put the cue ball right underneath the 8.
He's going to see it. I think he's going to thin hit it. A little bit of left-hand English and put him right there, and that's a great shot until Mike gets up and frams the 3 into the 9. Where's the 9? That, actually, I don't know whether that shot's on or not. I mean, he'd really have to get pretty lucky to make this 9 at this point, but we've seen a few of them.
Funnier things have happened in this tournament.
I think the common consensus is at this point here is if Joe touches the 3 ball, the 9's probably going to go. I don't know whether they're calling to get Shannon Dalton or not. He going 3 rails here?
Yes, he is.
It's close. It's an interesting position, but this is the shot that Mike's been waiting for all night. On the hill, ball in hand, 5 balls.
Let's close the deal.
Pull the car up.
I wonder, yeah. El Perfecto. I think he's about where he wants. Yeah, where he needs to be.
A little low English here.
Well, Joe, my friend, I just got to say, you gave it the old college try. This is, I just got to say, it's a pleasure to watch Mike play. He plays a great game, safety-wise, touch-wise, breaks the balls pretty meanly.
Plays great position.
Pockets balls well. Knows the game all around. It's nice to watch a player like this. I think Joe may not even know how good. Joe's a good player, but he may not realize.
He has no idea how good Grooms is and was. I've known about this man since I first started playing pool, and I saw him when he was just starting to come down off of his peak.
Well, he might just bank his cross side. Does it go in the side pocket that he's at easily? It looks.
It goes inside.
It goes in the side.
It's not the easiest of shots, hill, or on the hill for him.
I'll be honest, I'm looking at the crossover bank because it's almost a hanger for a one-pocket player.
And
I mean, it's got room to go on the side. He
has
can
all
cut
the
it or
room in the
bank
world.
it.
It's whatever he's more confident with. Mike definitely did not make it easy on himself. See a cross side. We're gonna see a cross side bank here. That was a tough shot. And double kissed on the hill. I'm going to tell you what, this is not the easiest shot when your opponent's on the hill right here to cut this ball in the side pocket.
Well, you can see a lot of phantoms on this shot. I think he's going to get beyond the phantoms, though. I think we're going to be looking at a hill-hill match.
Nice shot.
Great shot.
And we are going to go hill-hill.
Joe, wish Mike the best of luck.
Got right where I couldn't do nothing. Like an 8-ball was straight in, almost. Shot on the bank.
And this is what it's come down to in the first set.
Well, it's either going to be 1 set or 2. 1 set or 2 sets. There, how about that? I'll use proper English here. Well, give me your prediction. Who do you like from here?
I still feel like Mike.
Okay. I'm thinking at this point here, Joe's going to break harder on this game. He wants this. And he thinks that if he breaks harder, he might have a better chance of winning.
Well, he's made a ball on just about every break that he's had using the 20-mile-an-hour speed.
20.65. He stayed in it. He didn't get crazy on us, folks. Well, does the 2 go on the side, in your opinion?
Yes.
Okay. So do you still like Mike from here?
Yes, I do.
Just wanted to make sure that you didn't want to switch your sides up here. Good shot there. I think he's going to end up on the 50 here on this 3 ball, though.
This is a tough shot right here.
This is a tough shot. He's going to try and cut the 2 in the side with a little pace, not a whole bunch of pace, and roll the cue ball out to the middle of the table if he can. He's kind of there. Problem is, that 8 ball's a big ball. He's going to have to draw it now, and as soon as he draws it, he starts to go beyond the line to the 6 to the hole, and it's all speed at that point. This is his dreaded shot right here.
See what he looks to do. He's taking his time here.
Went beyond it.
Nice shot.
Is he going to get his roll? Oh. That was a great shot. See, I like the idea of cutting the 6 and trying to run into the 8, but I don't think it's got any promise that he's definitely going to be able to say that he's going to win if he does the shot. I like the shot.
There's a lot of work to do.
Honestly,
There's a lot of work to do to clear this rack.
Honestly, I think I'm going to take him, bank the 6 back straight across table and take the cue ball down and freeze it on the 9. See it? Get that 7-9 in the game and put that 6 ball right on the second diamond across table. Just let it fall out.
That's a good shot. You don't have to shoot here. Not at your hole anyway.
Uh-oh, look at this. Mike, Grooms, come on down. You're the next contestant on the easiest out in history.
Hey, looks like he's going to play the billiard.
I think he's just going to play. Yeah. I think he's just going to play the 6 in the hole, though.
I don't like playing the billiard here.
Oh, I wouldn't play.
He was sure looking at it, though. I'm not sure quite why he was looking at it. See, he's going to play the billiard.
Yeah.
I am.
Well, I'm sorry. I would have been pocketing my ball,
Yeah.
the 6 ball there, playing position on the 7 and working at it.
Most definitely. I'm not.
You
quite
can move
sure
the 9
what-
off the bottom rail when you make the 7, and then you don't have to worry about your position on the 8 as much.
I'm not quite sure what he was doing there. Well, I know what he was doing. What he was attempting to do.
No, this is no gimme either now. I don't think he's going to play at this 9, but you never know. He's already started his tangent, slide rule, abacus rule thing. Okay, he's getting in there for a safety.
Nice one.
All he has to do is hit the 9 on the backside, and
He's
it's
gonna heat the
going
ball
to take
up.
a drink.
He has to feel very fortunate to be back at the table.
Well, here we go, folks. I think that this is a silly shot to try and get this cue in behind the 9. Off the rail, back of the 9, and in the hole. Oh, look at this.
Wait a minute.
Look at this. I think Mike's actually got a shot. It may look like he doesn't have a shot at home, folks, but see that?
Mike has a shot. He is going to play the 7-9 combination and go ahead and win.
He's going to go ahead and make sure. He just wants to know whether he wants to go rail first or shoot it straight in. And believe it or not, even though it's hanging, you got to make your decision on this.
Yes, you do. Can't make it in mid-stroke.
I'm just going to go ahead and predict that he makes it, you know.
Yes, I am too. I'm going to 100% agreement with you. It's on the way. And Mike Grooms wins
Mike
the tournament.
Grooms. Winner, 9-6. Never a doubt. Folks, thanks for joining us. This is the Inside Pool production. of the Great Southern Billiard Tour here at Michael's in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm J.R. Calvert from Inside Pool Magazine. Joining me here in the booth was Dave King. Thanking you all. Good night and good luck.
Good night, everybody. It was a pleasure being with you. We'll see you again soon.